め続けたあの日の夜
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 82 of the Anime Degens little bullshit hour. We're coming at you today with a lot of bullshit. We didn't really have a plan, so we're going to talk anime. We're going to talk a lot of anime. Best way to support us, rate the podcast, tell your friends. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, do that. Check out our socials. You can find that all on linktree.com/animedegens. And without further ado, Tyler, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's good to have you back, Dan. It's been like a month, 2 months maybe. I'm not sure.
Da.
What?
Your boy was in Europe for a little bit.
Nani?
Nani?
But yeah, I'm my allergies are kicking my ass right now. I had a weedie and stuff the past few days, and I don't know why. It never usually bothers me, but I've been sneezing my ass off these
Oh,
past couple of nights. So
that sucks.
yeah. But we out here. We chilling now, so
Solid. Yeah, I'm still trying to get back on US time right now. I keep going to bed pretty early and waking up way too early. So if I'm a little sleepy tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. But my body still thinks it's around 3 in the morning right now. Nam, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Like Tyler said, glad to have you back. I can't say that allergies have been the big thing, but we seem to have entered storm season. Quite a lot of people without power right now. About 220,000 some odd people right now.
Damn.
So yeah, it was pretty bad storms. We had lots of wind. A couple power lines were blown down. A couple transformers blew. Hopefully Decepticons.
Hopefully Decepticons. Hopefully.
But no, other than that, yeah, no, just here, ready. Binged a whole bunch of anime, so ready to talk about it.
Hell yeah, dude. I've been doing the same.
yeah.
And Tyler's just watching his 47 weekly shows he's got rolling this season.
It's not 47. It's more like 25, probably.
You're a psycho.
Plus another 13, by the way.
Plus what I'm watching on the side, so.
Oh, he's got side shows.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't tell his main squeeze about the side shows.
Yeah.
But awesome. We do have some news coming your way. I guess the guys told me we haven't done news in a while, so that's always exciting. First up, we got Arcane Season 2 coming on Netflix in November. Ranma Half remake. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, Ranma 1/2, I believe.
One half.
That's what I say, anyways.
Weekly coming on Netflix as well in October. And Netflix is really trying to turn every live action movie into an anime. So we got Lara Croft coming in October as well.
Yeah. So I was really excited. I was really surprised about the Ranma being on Netflix. I figured that'd be like Crunchyroll, honestly. So
yeah, there's a lot of heat coming to Netflix coming up, I feel like.
Yeah, and like Hollywood and Discord, he was pretty excited about the Terminator as well. That just I think it literally just dropped this week, probably, if you're listening to this episode now. So I don't know. I think I might have to check it out. So have y'all seen the Lord of the Rings anime that's coming in December?
Yeah, I saw a trailer for that. I'm kind of hyped for that one. As long as it's not, it's like a different story, right? It's not just like a retelling of Lord of the Rings.
I'm pretty sure like it's a different story or whatever, and it's being done by Production IG, which is really cool. So yeah, it's gonna be. I'm pretty excited for it. I've watched like the trailers for it or whatever, and like it looks pretty good, not gonna lie. So I'm a pretty big fan of Lord of the Rings. So I'm, excited to see what this is, what kind of content this is. So
Oh, definitely, man. I mean, if somebody can look me in the eye and say they're not a fan of Lord of the Rings without like lying to me, I'm gonna be pretty surprised because that is one of the greatest storytelling sagas of like all time.
Yeah, just like Twilight, right?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh man, that's about the only thing that I've been able to actually agree with on all this news all this time so far. You know what I want to see more of though? I want to see more animes being turned into live action. That's what I want to see more of, right?
Really? Have you
I, wa-
watched like anything other than One Piece live action in the
I
past
have I
2
have
years?
watched I have watched a lot of them. I have,
Okay.
believe me, and I know how shit they are.
Okay.
But if there's one thing that we have learned from One Piece, right? Bringing the actual creator on board and letting them actually have say will actually help the show. You want a good show? Bring in the creator. Who else knows the show better than the creator? Who the fuck do you think you are, Netflix? Right? But another thing too with the whole Netflix thing, I really want to see them not do what they did last time when they were pushing anime, where they then like, they were doing it all in-house and then they shuttered all of that. Now they're investing back in anime. Don't do that again. Stick with it. There's going to be low times. You stick with it, the high times are going to be even better.
Yeah, and don't fold to Chinese censorship and make Seven Deadly Sins look like everybody's covered in a certain sticky white substance.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
uh,
Well,
I guess,
speaking of live action,
yeah. I was gonna say the next thing we got is One Piece live action season 2. We found out what they was actually covering, and it's gonna be Logtown, Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, Little Garden, and Drum Island. So I think this is great because we're not gonna get into Alabasta, which would be pretty hard to like do all these small islands leading up to it and then get into that too. So I'm glad that they're leaving like that for season 3 potentially, right? It should be a good time. So
yeah, I feel like Alabasta is going to be one entire season.
it has to be
It's
like
so much happens in that arc. But I am fucking excited for Little Garden, guys. I
Little Garden will be phenomenal if they do it right. And I mean, with the budget that they've been giving each of the episodes, it's gonna hit so good. It
dude,
really will.
I just want Doria Bragi. I want ga ba 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 with giants fucking rolling around, dude.
I'm pretty sure that they announced the cast for like Dorian Bragi already,
They
right?
have. They
Yeah.
Okay.
have, yes. So you can actually Google that and take a look. And I guess we can throw it also too in the Discord, discord.gg/anime degens.
There you
You
go.
guys can come by, check it out. We'll post a link in there.
Ooh, the actual Discord link. I didn't even know that off the top of my head. Good for you.
What can I
Look,
say, man?
look at this
You got to
guy.
know your things. If you're gonna shill it, right, you got to know what you're talking about, right? It's like if I wanted a robot dog, Dan.
You know who to call.
Exactly.
Not me. Call my company. I won't tell you what.
Yeah, I think honestly we've like got almost all the actors announced already except for I think all we're waiting on is like Chopper basically. We're waiting to see how Chopper looks. And I'm kind of scared about it. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude,
It could turn this shit into a nightmare honestly, but we'll see.
so speaking of anamorphic, is that what they call it? Like
Sure.
animal characters? I don't know. The Sonic 3 trailer just dropped and Shadow's fucking sick.
No way. All right, I'm watching this
So,
after this.
oh, it's awesome. It's fucking sick. I'm hyped for December. But if they can just follow the trend of making them look cute, like the Sonic movie did after that initial terrifying toothed hedgehog, we
Oh
should be all
god.
right with Chopper.
Yeah, because I mean, Chopper's got to be cute. He's cotton candy Chopper, right? So,
There's so much potential there.
yeah.
There's
Oh
so
yeah.
much.
I mean, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Whiskey Peak too. That was a pretty fun little arc.
We get to see the minority hunter come out in Zoro, dude.
We're gonna see him drink a little bit and just go crazy, but
Go- what was oh shit, which Miss, I don't remember what her name was, but that lady was pretty scary. The one that Zoro fucking destroys in Whiskey Peak.
that's been a long time ago.
Miss insert day of the week here. That's all I got
Yeah,
for you.
it's not Miss Sunday,
Not Miss
so
All Sunday.
yeah. But this has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different arcs. So how many? Like I think the first season had like eight episodes, right?
Yeah,
So
I-
we're looking at like maybe one episode per like
if
thing,
I
probably.
no, if I had to guess, Lowtown's gonna be 2 episodes. Verse
Oh,
Mountain, probably 1.
I just remembered the Whiskey Peak was when Zoro decided to take on all of the Baroque Works agents by
Yeah.
himself. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was that really burly lady that he
Oh
beat
god.
down on.
It's oh man, we're gonna be in for such a treat.
Oh god, I'm excited. Yeah, I
Um,
don't.
I was
But
gonna
yeah,
say though, speaking of a treat, the next bit of news that we got, this one here, it's one that I'm actually really excited about as well. Hunter x Hunter manga is coming back in October.
for probably 2 chapters before it goes on hiatus again.
Hey, we can hope, all right? At least we're getting something,
As they
That's the
say,
key
we
thing.
take those W's, right?
I swear to God, dude,
Exactly.
that story needs to end before before it can't get finished. We need it. We need it bad. Like, I think about if the Hunter x Hunter manga finally ends and they finish the anime in
God.
like today's caliber, it'll be like Thousand Year Blood War all over again, and I'm fucking hyped.
Hey, I assume since y'all excited about it, like, are y'all like caught up with Hunter x Hunter manga?
No, I haven't finished the manga yet. I haven't caught up on the manga yet. I just don't want to get caught up and then be really depressed.
I was just wondering if like it felt like it was in the end game, you know what I mean? If he could do that, or if it's like not even close, you know what I mean?
No, I think there's been a lot of talks that he knows what he wants to do, but he was gonna have someone else actually carry on the story. Because I think he's dealing with a lot of health issues, is what it was, and
Yeah.
and ultimately he hasn't been able to come back to it.
Yeah,
So
I
he
think he
he
has
knows
like
what he wants
back
to do.
issues as well. I think so.
Yeah, he's like bedridden. Like he can't
Yeah,
sit up and draw for that long, which is the challenge.
yeah. Well, uh, I mean, so I guess we take, like I said, we take those W's, because it is coming back for a little while, probably. So that's good news. Uh,
Hell yeah, I'm excited. And last bit of news. This is a couple weeks old now, I think, but the JJK manga is ending very abruptly. We have like 4 chapters left. It's ending on September 30th. And they got a shit ton to figure out. Let me tell you guys. I'm not gonna spoil anything because I know Tyler's not reading it. I don't know about Nam, but lot left to button up, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
I don't think they're going to. I do know that like this came out of the blue. Like no one thought that it was ending or whatever, ending anytime soon. And then Gigi was just like, "Yo, it's time to end this shit.
Yeah,
It's ending in 4 chapters," and everybody's like, "What?"
yeah. Remember that super awesome fight that I teased for like 10 chapters off screen? Don't even worry about it. It happened.
Are you serious? Something like that happens?
Yeah.
God.
I don't know how they're gonna wrap it up. I mean, dude, I swear to God, like with how the pace of that manga is going, it's like 2 punches are thrown per fucking chapter.
You
Dude,
know
they're
what's
gonna milk
cool?
it. They're gonna milk it. You know they are.
You know what's cool though? Like when it finally gets adapted, right? That off-screen like stuff could possibly, be animated though. Like, so
Yeah. Well,
That's
I
what I'm
mean,
saying. They're gonna milk it. They're gonna milk the ever living hell out of it, literally and figuratively.
yeah. I mean, there's only so many times you can draw a Black Flash, you know?
And did y'all see that they was doing a like they was doing like the movie of the last season, and they was gonna release it into theaters, you know?
Oh, they're
There's
doing like a compilation.
yeah, a
Oh,
compilation
okay,
video
that's fine.
film or whatever. So
Will it be
I
the
Okay.
was having
actual
trouble trying
completed?
to remember.
Will it be the actual completed scenes this time?
Well, they
Probably.
done that. They put that on Blu-ray already, bro. But this is
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
like
on
a
Blu-ray.
film coming to theaters or something like
I'm
that.
I'm just concerned that they're not gonna have enough time to finish it.
I mean, it's already done. They're just copy and
So
pasting
so
basically.
so they say. So they say.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
just didn't get it weekly, which is a shame. But Mappa gonna Mappa.
exactly.
Well, cool. You guys want to get into our segment?
Yeah, let's
The fun
bullshit a little
stuff.
bit.
Let's do it. So, me coming back from Europe, I didn't have a lot of time to, how do you say, prepare for an episode this week. So we're keeping it easy and we're keeping up with the Degens. We're gonna bullshit about some shows we're watching that aren't on the rundown. This is everything from the classics to whatever we're watching. I mean, Nam is gonna talk about one show for an hour and a half. So
Yeah,
Y'all better buckle
okay.
up, grab your popcorn.
we'll put that one in the middle. Tyler, you want to just go in with your first show?
Yeah, so my first show that I'm gonna talk about is one that Dan's been
Speak.
trying to get me to watch for like ages. And I actually watched the first couple episodes for episode like when we first started or whatever.
Many
And
moons ago.
yeah, it's been like this was probably like
Eons.
in the first 20 episodes that we've done, and now we're on 80 something. So it's been a long time, and it's just been sitting there collecting dust in my on hold section for all this time. And I actually started, I went back from episode one and rewatched it, and now I'm up to, I think it's episode 10 or 11. I've done all that in the past like 3 or 4 days. So, um, but that's Gurren Lagann. So it is 27 episodes. Obviously, is since Dan says it's peak, it's going to have a mouse score of 8.63, and it's
That's
done by
low.
Studio Gainax. Yeah, it is kind of low for everybody. Everybody gasses this up a lot, right? So, but everybody also knows that I'm not a big fan of mecha, but you know, when I first watched this, I did enjoy it, and like this watch through right now, I'm enjoying it still. You know, it's not like overwhelming mecha shit, right? Um, like one of the things like I don't like about mechas is like all the politics, like especially like Gundam politics, right? That I just don't like it. I don't like it at all. And Gurren Lagann, it really doesn't have that. It's funny. It's got a lot of action in it, and it's got like a weird looking head, you know, robot thing. Don't even look like a robot. It's just a weird looking head thing. So, um, but do you think I need to read a summary for this?
You can cliff notes it.
Uh, yeah. So Simone and Kamina, Kamina were born and raised in a deep underground village, and they just dug away their whole lives until one day, uh, you know, stuff fell from the sky and they was able to get out and fight other people, basically. Oh wait, there's a sniper.
Beautiful.
Yoko. There's a
My
sniper chick. She come down and helped save them, and now she's a part of their team. So and now they're just like uh hiding on the surface to live, I guess, is the best way to put it. That's
you're
basically the cliff notes.
you're in for a treat with the second half because it gets much more expansive in the world building.
Yeah. But I am enjoying this. I do like Kamina a lot. Like I think he's probably my favorite character. Um, he's like super cool. He's funny, super cool. Uh, I just got to the part where apparently he died, but I know he doesn't die, right?
You have to keep watching. Okay, so I will preface this with
I
watched.
really hope this man didn't die because like I loved watching him. So
I haven't watched past like episode 11 or 12. I actually started this completely on my own. Nobody even recommended it to me. Um, all of that being said, you got to watch to find out, Tyler. Okay, no spoilers here.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, based on my reaction,
But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. Considering that it is a mecha, like the animation for this, Gurren Lagann is like one of my favorite styles of animation. It reminds me of like Madhouse, like our old Madhouse shows, right? And I love those type of animations. Like I love those like colors that they use, like the dark colors, or like it just looks so good. And I do enjoy how they keep on finding ways to like get naked. Basically, they're always naked.
um, it's funny
It's
that you
so
said
great.
it's funny that you said Madhouse because the guys who did Gurren Lagann left Gainax and started Trigger.
Okay.
So if you watch old Trigger shows like Kill la Kill and like that art style, it's the same.
Okay.
And they
Is are
also
they
get
like
naked a lot in
correlated with
that too.
Madhouse?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. I well, we have seen Kill la Kill before on the show, I think.
Yeah,
On a
and
Showdown Throwdown or
everybody gets
something.
naked in that too.
Yeah, well, that's totally different. That's the whole point of the show, you know? Um, but like I just love that art style. Like that art style, that like color, theme, like the animation, all that stuff. It's kind of like a Black Lagoon, like
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's just so cool. I don't know what I like really love about it. It's just so awesome to watch. So, um, but yeah, I'm planning on finishing this up this time. I've been watching it dubbed, and I just want to say like the dubbed is like a really good dubbed. Like this, like I don't know if y'all have watched subbed or dubbed,
Both.
but both. Which one did
Yeah.
you prefer more?
So the dub is more nostalgic for me because that's how I watched it the first time. And if I go rewatch it, I usually watch it dubbed because I've seen it like 7 times. So I don't need to read the subtitles.
You you seen some kind of movie with it, right?
Yeah, so they did 2 compilation movies, and they kind of changed some of the big fights in the movies, and they made them better. So definitely recommend you check out the movies. But I watched well, actually when I went to the theaters to watch it, I watched the first movie dubbed, and I watched the second movie subbed because that's how I could work it into my week, like my schedule. So I've watched it both ways. They're both great, but the movie's fucking sick at the end when they do the crazy big battles.
I gotcha. Yeah. So I mean, I'm glad I'm watching this. I ain't gonna lie. Even though I put it off for so long, just because it was like mecha, and I was kind of scared that I wasn't gonna, end up liking it. But it's not. It doesn't really feel like mecha. I guess the best way. Like all the robot shit is like super weird looking, and it doesn't even look like robots, honestly.
Yeah,
So
it's a classic shonen, dude.
yeah.
I find it funny that you say you don't like Gundam because of the politics, but you love reincarnated as a slime.
But it's different. It's different shit, bro. Like it's like reincarnated with slime is like fun politics. Like
Yeah,
Gundam
Gundam is a
politics is just like I have to pay attention 100% or I'm not gonna know what the hell's going on in this freaking world. You know?
that's true. Yeah, it's a little more sophisticated, I guess. It's not just Rimuru has an idea and everybody thinks it's a great idea.
Yeah,
And then
we're gonna
everybody's like,
go.
"Oh my god, you're so smart." Because
Yeah, we're
that's
gonna go
reincarnated as slime.
build a stadium.
Yeah, we're gonna
You
go build a
know?
coliseum and a labyrinth.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it in fucking 2 weeks because that's how engineering works.
Yeah, I love that, bro. Give me more of that. If mechas had that in it, I would probably watch them.
Dude, intergalactic warfare and strategy is very interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. Few fun facts about Gurren Lagann. So Kamina is really good at naming things. Lagann means face in Japanese,
Oh, okay.
and Gurren means scarlet because the fucking robot's red.
Red face, I got it. That
Yep.
makes a lot of sense. And I do notice that he's good at naming things. He had so many nicknames, bro. I think he called one dude like forehead boy. Like there was so many like just stupid nicknames. Thank you, bro. Because I don't need to know another name. Just give me like what I would call them. So
But yeah, man, if you want the ultimate big bro in anime, it is fucking Kamina, dude, hands down.
yeah, and that's the thing with the dubbed, like you get to hear him say bro so many times, and I don't know about you, but I love hearing bro in anime.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you're watching in subbed, just Anaki over and over again.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's fun. I can't believe Nam hasn't watched it since like all of it since he's a big mech fan or whatever. So
Look, I'm on a strict schedule here. All right. I have different animes that I've got to get through for different reasons. Okay. Priorities, man.
AKA a season 3 of a show he needs to catch up on that was 400 episodes.
Which, by the way, I'll cover that too once we get to it. But yeah.
yeah. But I
No,
mean, yeah, that's I guess that's all for Gurren Lagann, unless y'all have any questions you want to ask me or anything like that. But so far, I think I recommend it. It's been a fun watch. The animation's like great. It's funny as hell. Like if it wasn't as funny as it was, I don't think I could like stick with it honestly. But it's been pretty funny. So
Have you gotten to hear Roro fight the power enough yet?
I don't know if I've
Just
heard it
wait,
at
dude.
all.
Just wait. It's coming.
So I've heard like a bunch, like especially before like Kamina died or whatever he's doing over there. He said believe in the Simone or don't. He said some kind of
Believe in
weird
the me
shit.
that believes in you, baby.
No, he didn't say that. He said believe in the Simone that has faith in yourself or something like that.
Oh, that's right at the end. Yeah.
And I was like, bro,
Sorry.
like
Yeah.
that isn't the popular catchphrase that Dan always keeps on saying. Like that's a
Well,
little bit different. So
no. So at first, Simone is very anxious,
yeah.
and he doesn't believe in himself. So he says, "Believe in the me that believes in you," because he looks up to Kamina so much, and Kamina believes in Simone. So that's what he's saying. But when he's knocking on heaven's door, he says, "Believe in yourself," essentially.
I really don't. I really hope that he's not gone, bro,
He's a
uh,
fucking statue, bud.
because if he is gone, I really hope that Simone like gets out of his sad boy hour moments because I need this show to get back to what it was.
Oh, dude, sad boy hours are coming in heavy.
But yeah, that's all I got pretty much. It's been a fun time.
Awesome. For my first show that I've recently binged the fuck out of, it's Initial D. And if you like race cars and you like street racing, it a must watch. So it's 93 episodes according to the internet. I don't actually know how many there are. There's a bunch of movies and shit too. Stage one, so there are 6 stages. The third one's the movie. Stage one on Mal has an 8.34. This came out in 1998, so this is an oldie but a goodie. And Eurobeat, done. It's just gas, gas, gas all the time. The music is incredible. Quick summary: Takumi Fujiwara, a tofu delivery driver with little interest in cars, is indifferent to the world of street racing despite his daily drives along the mountain pass of Akina. His routine takes an unexpected turn when the Akagi Red Suns, a notorious racing team led by the Takahashi brothers, arrive in Akina to conquer the local course. Their plans are disrupted when one of their top drivers is overtaken by an old Toyota AE86, driven by a mysterious and highly skilled local driver. This encounter forces the Takahashi brothers to take notice of the AE86 of Mount Akina. This is probably the most legendary car in anime. I think I would say that. Not me agree with that.
100%. Honestly, you show even like a picture of an AE86, and the first thing I'm saying is initial D.
Oh, dude, the 8.6 is legendary.
Oh
Absolutely
my
legendary. I mean,
god.
like, dude, I'm really watching this. I'm sitting on fucking Bring a Trailer. Like, can I buy it? Can I buy an 8.6? Can I buy this little
Oh,
186 horsepower Toyota Corolla hatchback?
Nah,
um,
I've always thought about watching Initial D, and I know you kind of. I think when MF Ghost came out last year, you was like, watch that. And I never did. So, but like I've always wanted to. I've always wanted to give it a try, but seeing like all them episodes, I'm like, will I be entertained for all those episodes? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tyler, you watch One Piece.
I said I didn't say the episodes was a problem. I said, will I be entertained throughout the whole 93 episodes, or will I get bored? That's
Um,
what I'm thinking.
I think one of the things this anime does a really good job of is building the story up on the last race, essentially. So there's always a better driver out there. After Takumi takes down all the locals in Gudma, which is the prefecture he lives in, like the fourth, fifth, and sixth stage are basically like going to enemy turf and kicking their asses in their home courses. So it like really brings a lot of um good. What do you want to? How do I want to put this? The
A
stakes
lot of
are always
tension.
there. A lot of
A,
tension.
a
The
lot of
stakes are
tension.
always there. And like you see this little fucking Toyota Corolla going up a fucking Godzilla against the Nissan GTR R34, R32, like these monster cars. But in the downhill, it doesn't
He's
matter.
Yeah, he's going up against like Supras and fucking Honda S2000. I don't even think it was S2000, but like,
There was no 2000.
Sylvias and stuff like that.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, so S2000. Like every single one of these legendary JDM cars, and it's this rinky dinky old ass fucking AE86 just literally tearing around these corners. And like the crazy thing is he just got his driver's license not too long ago, but because of how long he was also racing on it, he's just so gifted, right? But he also faces so much adversity, not even from the other drivers, but even from himself at times. I will say this one. I think if you are gonna watch it, Tyler, you should try and find a subbed copy.
the sub's pretty good. The only problem with that is the last, I think, stage 5 and 6, you can't watch subbed.
That's
That's
fine.
crazy.
The earlier seasons, they have a lot of more Japanese culture in the subs than they do in the American versions. Like the one girl, for instance, right? And like this might be a little bit spoiler territory. This
It
one
doesn't
girl
matter.
who Takumi is always with, she's actually seeing this older guy, right?
Sugar
And
daddy.
they they allude to that in the American. They full outright just like make it known in the Japanese. Like they don't even bother trying to fucking cover it up or hide it.
Okay.
So the sub version will show you those more, whereas like the dub version, it's still phenomenal voice acting, right? Like, oh god, what's the guy with the skyline? Zoro's voice actor.
Oh, you're talking not the Skyline, the Lancer. Um,
Was it the Lance? Yeah,
yeah, it's the
yeah.
Lancer. It
But
fuck,
like,
the fun.
all the same though.
It's a Funimation dub.
You hear a lot of legendary voices that you will recognize and stuff like that from English dubs and stuff like that, and they do a phenomenal job. Like this is some of their earliest work too, right? Like
Yeah.
you have Dragon Ball, and then you have like Initial D, and that's a few others around that time era too, but it's nothing like what we have now.
Well, it's also crazy though because you go watch the subtitled version of it, and one of Takumi's good buddies is the voice of Frankie, and I like heard him talk, and I was like, no fucking way is Frankie working at a gas station right now, bro.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, no. So it is really cool to just also see all of those differences too, between them. But after you get to like the fourth and fifth stage, they kind of do away with the whole sugar daddy thing.
Yeah. Well, I
Um
mean, yeah, she basically goes to college, and they're like, all right, we're done with her. But more importantly, so as somebody who loves cars and loves like car racing and stuff like that, normally in anime, you're not going to get good physics. They're not going to explain things correctly. And one thing that they do really well on this is they actually talk about the cars in very realistic ways. Like they talk about how certain cars are better on the uphill because they have more power. Certain cars are better on the downhill because they're lighter, or they have a mid-engine layout, and like it helps with the drifting and shit like that. And the physics are all fucking on point. So like the detail they pay it to actual car talk and like technology is really cool.
yeah. And how they even take it a step further too with like tire wear and fuel consumption and stuff like that, right? Like I think there was one guy who actually runs without having a full tank just because it gives him a little bit extra. I think that might even be MF Ghost that I'm thinking of. But all the same, there was one guy who ran these tires, and during one of the races, like he actually was starting to notice that his tires were starting to fade, and that's something that actually does happen if you're running that long.
Yeah, and
So
driving that aggressively, and like tire management is a huge part of it, which is super cool to see.
yeah.
Because like you think of an anime, they're not going to actually talk about cars in the right way. They're going to be like, oh yeah, this is a supercar, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly, but no, they really did their research behind it, and they it was phenomenal attention to detail as well too, just like how detailed the cars were. Like Takumi was there, don't get me wrong, I love me some Takumi Fujiwara, um but the cars are the real star of the show, and they paid a lot of attention to those, and it really shows.
Definitely. Yeah, you just have to get by past the 1998 CGI. It's tough at times, but after like 3 episodes, you come to love it, if that
Oh
makes
my
sense.
god.
Like,
It's a fucking vibe, dude. And then you
yeah.
get the Eurobeats going.
Oh, and you got fucking "Don't Stop the Music," and like my favorite one is I think it's "Back on the Rocks." That's the song they play with the R32, the blacked out R32,
Yeah.
and it's like the Dracula vibes going on. I'm like, no, this is fucking sick, dude.
They
So
really knew what they were getting into with that for sure.
I got a
Yeah,
question. Does this show have any like romance or slice of life moments in it, or is it just all racing?
no, it's got romance in it. People
What do you
falling
think
in
a
love.
sugar daddy is?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Takumi's girlfriend's got a sugar daddy, dude. Come on.
She's literally sleeping with an old man to get money.
Oh, so
It's
it's a so
there is romance.
he's
Yeah, there
So
you
what a
go.
dating
sugar.
her and she's with sugar daddy and he's okay with it.
No.
Oh,
He finds out he's pissed.
okay,
Throws him the
okay.
curve, dude. And she's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "I don't know. Go talk to your friend in the fucking Mercedes."
This show keeps getting interesting and more interesting. So
Yeah. And no, there
Well,
is other romance too, though. Like there's like relationships between some of the side characters and some women, and it's cool to see.
yeah, no,
okay,
again, they're teenagers, right? So they do show a lot of the teenage stuff. It's just racing, you know?
Yeah. Instead of just having the romance, there's also downhill drift battles, and that's what I need in some romance.
okay, I
Hmm.
got you.
Always. You can never go wrong with that.
My one thing that I'll warn people about, and it's kind of like the one big what's the word I'm looking for? Like strike against the show, I guess, is that they were really bad at keeping the same animation studio.
Mm.
And the animation style just consistently changes every season. And there's one character specifically, Ryosuke Takahashi. He never looks the fucking same in a season. Like his hair color changes, like every. And I don't know why, but they just decided to keep changing his hair color. And I'm like, dude didn't dye his hair black and then brown and then black and then brown and then black and change his eye color. But that's the one big strike I got against this show. But the story's phenomenal. I don't know if you could read the manga and get the same vibe because, frankly, I feel like it's pretty hard to read a manga about a 6 episode car race.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah.
any kind of sports anime, the manga is gonna be like less immersive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
You'd almost have to make it where the actual sport itself is like the secondary character in that sense. If it was a main character, it wouldn't be able to be portrayed properly.
yeah, so I mean, I'm definitely interested. And maybe I was gonna say maybe next season I'll be able to do it, but I don't think so. Falls stacked, bro.
Yeah.
You know what we
But
should do for a watch party one day? Just put on a few episodes of Initial D.
there you go. Okay.
There you go, Tyler.
You
You know
know,
what you're doing.
and if you guys want to come watch it too, discord.gg/anime degens.
Boom, boom.
That'll be Friday night.
And last thing, so MF Ghost is the spiritual successor of Initial D. It has a bunch of the characters coming back in different roles. Um, and it's actually about a young British kid who was trained by Takumi on how to drive, and he's driving a fucking GT86. We're keeping
Let's
the 86 alive,
go.
and he's dominating supercars on this crazy Japanese track circuit. Season 2 is coming out in October, and I'm fucking pumped for that.
Okay. I
Fun fact about MF Ghost. We'll get to that in a second. You go ahead, Tyler.
I was just gonna say that one day in MF Ghost or something, I want them to have a Vin Diesel character that just says, you know, family and American muscle.
I mean, the guy that was voiced by Zorro's voice actor in the English dub is basically Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a bald dude in a bandana who is tough shit.
But does he say family and American muscle?
No,
Well, he says. I'm pretty sure he says family at one point.
he
Oh.
says all-wheel drive is king a lot.
Okay.
Your 86 has nothing against my Lancer GT, my Lancer Evo 4 or whatever he has, you know, like
I got you.
So I remember reading about MF Ghost like a couple years before the actual anime came out. Then I actually watched the anime and I had no idea that it was actually that same MF Ghost that I read about. So I saw the GT86 and I was like, no way. Does this have any connection to Initial D? And then finally they mentioned like Ryosuke and I was like,
dude,
this is the same fuck. This is a continuation.
I'm sorry, how do you look at the character designs and not think it's Initial D?
Honestly, that's why I thought I was like, this has got to have some connection to it. I didn't realize that it was that one.
Yeah.
So I was even more pumped when I actually realized that.
Yeah.
It was such a good first season too.
Oh, dude, like in the first race in MF Ghosts where they're introducing Kanata,
Mhm.
and they're like, we learned some very interesting things about this young mysterious racer from England. He was trained by Takumi Fujiwara, and you just see the other announcer. I go, are you fucking kidding me? Fuck that. They were like,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
rivals
that's
back
what it
then.
was. Yeah, no. So it was also really cool though to see because like you can definitely see a lot of the same style too, which is really cool.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
hope that they're gonna stay with the same studio this time.
I
Um,
think they are.
it seems like it
I just
because
want more
with this. Yeah, no, it's awesome too that they brought back the same like a couple of the same Eurobeats, and then they're expanding it too. Um, but I guess it's my turn to talk about my one and only show. So I hope you all are ready. We're gonna be talking about Bleach.
Not that we've never done that before.
Yeah, no, totally not. Bleach was a show that I actually never watched before. Nothing against it. It was just at the time when I was watching animes, it was very, very few. Um, and by the time that I started watching more animes, you know, it's an older one, and I was watching newer stuff.
Plus that 480p, bro. It hits hard for like the first I don't know how many episodes.
Dude, there's just something special
Look.
about watching a Square TV show.
Look, I'll put it this way, okay? I watched Initial D recently, Tyler. This is nothing, okay? This was some premium shit, let me tell you. This is 366 episodes. It's got a Mal rating of 7.95, which honestly, after watching it, I can definitely see where some people would have some gripes. It was done by Studio Pierrot?
Perot?
Yeah, Perot. So that's a name that I haven't seen in quite a while. So
No,
that was
Naruto, right?
Yeah.
yeah. Made in 2004, not quite as old as Initial D, like I said. And this is a OP character. I mean, sorry, it's a shonen. It's a shonen.
You don't
That's what
say.
it is.
You don't say.
Yeah.
One of the big three.
I know. Heavy spoilers, guys. Please bear with me. I'll try not to give away too much.
You're fine, dude.
Yeah, if they haven't watched Bleach yet,
Sugar daddy girlfriend.
Look, I'm just really milking this whole spoiler thing. Summary: the dude becomes OP, learns new powers he will never use again.
there we go. Perfect.
I mean,
and Bankai.
Dot gets a good show.
yes. So obviously a lot of people will know about Bleach. I don't feel like we really need to talk about a lot of the things, so there's just a few things that really I wanted to kind of talk about in regards to, like, for instance, the power system. I will start off. I am 360 episodes in currently.
Out of 366, not counting
Out of
1,000 Year Blood War.
366.
You've seen the best of it.
I've started last month, okay? So I've been literally doing nothing but Bleach and rundown shows. And the rundown shows I've been doing later than I normally watch them because I've been watching Bleach.
You should thank Dan for getting you to experience peak and Bleach.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm not upset after finally watching it.
Hey bud, we're gonna watch 1,000 Year Blood War in the rundown. So good luck, have fun. Don't fall in too bad.
Yeah, believe me, that's why I'm getting all caught up. But no, honestly, it was long overdue for me to watch it. If I had to ultimately summarize it compared to the other two, it is the adult big three.
That's a good comparison.
It takes a much more, grown up approach. Obviously, it doesn't help that Ichigo's like probably 17 as it is anyways. So, he's already closer to being an adult. But a few things I found interesting was like the power system, for instance, right? Within the first, I want to say the first season, even we get introduced to Shinigamis, Soul Reapers. Ruki at first, then obviously Ichigo, and then everyone else follows afterwards. We also get introduced to Quincy's, which was interesting to see, but decent world building attempt there, right? Natural enemy to Soul Reapers that handle things differently.
Just wait.
Believe me, I can only imagine. Hollows. So, that was a pretty good villain that they kind of set up. Not to mention, too, the Vizards. The Soul Reapers who actually got the hollow powers.
That was some fucked up shit, by the way.
Yeah.
It really was. And that also will touch base on when we talk about Sasuke Aizen.
Oh, man.
But then there was like the Arankars too, which it was nice to see that there was like an actual evolution for the hollows, and it wasn't just like, oh, that's it, you're a hollow, good luck. and then you had the Chads, right? the Fullbringers, I will say. Well, because the only time that we've ever seen any Fullbringer power, right, for like almost 340 3 episodes is literally just Chad.
I love how they don't explain Chad's power for forever, and then they get to the end and they're like, "Oh, by the way, Chad's actually a fullbringer." Like, cool.
Exactly. And that's why I decided I'm just gonna call them Chads. They're not Fullbringers, they're just Chads.
Chad's and the
Um,
Brads, dude.
but so I found it was pretty interesting though, because there was a really good attempt at world building and it stuck, right? Like there was obviously the Quincy's and they're all pretty much died out now, at least as far as I know. Again, no Thousand Year Blood War yet. But that being said, just to even like see that there was already a competition of the Shinigamis, great. And then again, too, just even knowing that random people like Chad can exist, and most of the time they might not even realize it because they'll go their whole lives and never use it. If Chad never met Ichigo, would he have ever brought that power out? Probably not. Um, and then that brings me kind of like the power scaling thing, which is also really cool too. Because like there's the different sword forms between Seal, the Shikai, and then the Bankai. Because like the Shikai was cool. It was just a transformation, right? You get a little bit more power, but it's ultimately your sword just transforming. But then to go as far as to like actually manifesting your Bankai or your Zanpakuto with the Bankai, and just how varying all of those were too. What was the one captain, like the kid captain, I'll say.
Oh, fuck.
Hitsugaya?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with this fucking ice dragon shit.
Yeah, that was so fucking cool to see that every single time that he did it.
You know, like
Um,
like the word bonkai, bro. Like it immediately sends chills down your spine. Usually, like just hearing the word bonkai, you know, like bonkai.
Oh, dude,
So
100%.
cool.
yeah,
Like,
they did a really good job with it. And then now just to even just again the different Zanpakutos. What the hell is Kenny's?
Just
By the
wait.
way, when we were originally talking about Bleach a while back, and then I mentioned something about Kenny, or Kenpachi, and then you guys were saying Kenny. I already had it in mind that that was the same person because his lieutenant kept calling him Kenny. So that was a little bit of a spoiler from you guys, but all the same, it'd be really cool to see his Zanpakuto.
I want to know before before we get too deep in this. I want to know like who are your favorite characters from Bleach? I just have to know that. Mine.
Orihime.
Hitsugaya, huh?
So Orihime. Haha.
The bread
No, not
lady.
Orihime. Honestly, she's better. She's better than Sakura. I'll give her that.
What about her glow up, bro? Like from like episode 1 or whatever to like I don't
Kubo,
even know when it changes, but she changes drastically.
Kubo just slowly draws them bigger and bigger and bigger, dude.
Boy, that bread must be hitting. Is all I know.
It's got some serious estrogen in those
Honestly,
carbs.
I haven't noticed, and I think it's just because
What?
again,
Just wait till
the
1,000-Year Blood War.
that's probably when I'll notice it. No, the animation times, right? Like back then, they didn't engross them as much as like they could have, like with One Piece, right? One Piece decided to go full send right away. And they've never stopped. Like at this point, they're pretty much just gonna be like this wide in One Piece soon, and nobody's gonna even fucking question it. And I'm pretty sure that's like their power scaling.
That's why Zoro's so strong.
Um,
Huge bust.
yeah. No, Hitsugaya is one of my favorites. I'll also say Grimmjow. Grimmjow
Okay.
was a really cool character. Um, where the fuck you at? You better come back, bro.
No, I mean
um,
my favorite is also Grimmjow. I'm a really big Grimmjow fan, and I'm a really big Kenpachi fan. So
That's fair. And
And
then
Yoruichi, by the way, Yoruichi. I mean, I even got
yeah. Urahara.
Oh yeah,
Urahara is probably my third favorite. Like
Mr. Hat and
he's just
Clock.
when he shows up to the battlefield, like when he was
it's
like, "You two
fun.
rest, I'm going." I was
It's
just like,
fun.
"Oh fuck, shit's about to go down."
Yeah.
Um,
I think since you brought him up, one thing I love is like how good the backstory actually is in Bleach. Like how they tied it all in with like his past and like actually creating the visors and like what led to the Iran car and all that shit. That half that show is just a fucking sketchy ass, very illegal science experiment. And I love how it's the repercussions of that are such a huge part of Bleach.
yeah, because everything is tied together. Like no single event that has actually happened so far is not connected by some way,
I
right?
mean,
Like
that means you skipped the
everything.
filler, right?
I've skipped
Good.
most of the filler. I did watch what was it? The Bount arc. I
I'm
watched
so
like most of
sorry.
that.
I'm
Well,
so
But
sorry.
he
hang on.
watched the Bound arc because he watched the first episode back. It said filler. I mean, it said canon for, and it had like 2 flashbacks in it. And he watched it and it didn't make sense. So he went back and watched the whole Bound arc because of that.
To be fair, they also mention the bounce in the next arc right after that.
Bounce
And they
don't
also
mean
hang
nothing.
on, they also introduced those 3 mod souls who I would have had no fucking idea about had
And
I
who,
not watched it.
and who
I know
had zero
they're
input
not
on the plot.
they're not back. No, I know, but still, all the same,
It didn't
I
matter.
did watch that.
Okay.
Everything else I skipped though, filler wise.
So you're at the end of the Fullbring arc. So you haven't seen the climax of that. I'll tell you that
Nope.
that's not the best fight. You're not going to get the best fight at the end. Which has been your favorite like big fight so far, or overall? Because you're at the end.
Well, Nam, thanks. I just want to say one of my favorite fights was the Grimjow Ichigo fights. I absolutely loved the Grimjow Ichigo fights.
Okay.
Ichigo Ulquiorra.
There we go. That's the right
Okay.
answer. That's the right answer.
There was oh my god, it was so fucking good. Honestly, like I wanted to say the Aizen fight at the end when he finally sealed him and like he learned his new power, but honestly, like why did they contact Square Enix to make Ichigo's design there? He's not a secret boss in Kingdom Hearts. He's not going to appear next to fucking
Goofy.
Sephiroth, all right? No,
Bro.
Sephiroth. He's not going to be the final boss. He is not a Final Fantasy main character. Why'd you give him a chain arm like that and then take his powers away and not keep him like that? Fuck you. That was
Bro,
bullshit.
the Arankar arc is peak. You know, not only do we get like some of the best villains in, Bleach, we get some of the best fights as well. But we get one of the most surprising things happen, and that's Nell. Nell. Nell surprised the hell out of me, right?
Nell was a fucking great character. I will say second best fight. Um It was Kenpachi against one of those dudes in the Arankar arc, not Zero.
Oh, who do you fight?
It was someone that Ichigo was fighting and he was getting his ass whooped by him.
Oh, it was the big dog, right? The big guy? Oh no, that was Zero. I don't remember. I haven't watched Bleach.
Listen, anytime Kenpachi pulls up on the screen, I'm gonna have a good time. I ain't gonna lie. Anytime. So I'm a big Kenpachi fan.
So, one thing you have to do is you go on YouTube and find the redrawn Ichigo versus Ulquiorra from the Hellverse movie and watch that because they reanimated it in like 2010 or 2011 or some shit like that, and it is fucking gas.
Neutra. And he had the hole in his face, right? And Kenpachi stabbed him in the face.
Oh,
and he
is
thought
that
that he killed him, right? And
yeah?
then like he stabbed Kenpachi, and Kenny was like, or he was like, "You can't kill me," and Kenny was like, "Now I know I can kill you." And then he got all excited because at that fight he was like at the end, "I think I might die. Time to finish this." And he uses the actual sword technique, or what was it, Keto? I think it was. I can't remember what he does, but yeah, that fight alone, if not for Ichigo and Ukiara, would probably have been the top fight, in my opinion.
Okay, awesome.
Um, just a couple other things though. Since we are really quickly in the Arankar arc, the other power scaling things that I really liked was the Resurrection. How the Arankars could evolve their abilities even further by chipping off more of their mask. Um, then there was like the Shun Shun Rika, right? Orihime's power, and how
Oh
people
yeah.
are likening that to a Zanpakuto.
Orihime's OP as hell, bro. She just don't have the um
The
want to
willpower.
hurt people, I guess. So
Yeah, she can literally reject anything that she deems like wrong. All
yeah,
she's
I
got to do
mean,
is think that it's wrong and then reject it.
she is OP as hell. She just, like I said, she's just too good natured to like do anything horrible with that power. But she's probably one of the most OP people in Bleach.
Yeah.
Easily.
Oh yeah. I
Easily.
mean, she essentially like it's like that little girl in My Hero Academia. It's the same thing. She just erases shit.
Yeah.
Like it's just badass.
Yeah,
It's
you talking about
absolutely insane.
the girl with the horn or whatever?
Yeah, who
Eerie,
basically
eerie.
Yuri, yeah,
Yep.
when Deku goes full power, well not full power,
Yeah,
but he goes pretty fucking max power and she's just erasing all the damage. Like if
one of
she
my
didn't
favorite seasons, by the way.
I mean that fight was gas. That's probably one of the
Yeah.
best My Hero fights, sidebar. But the same thing. I mean, you can just undo anything. But if you stay in that shit for too long, you're probably gonna disappear.
Yep.
Unless they got
Um
really good control of it, you know?
yeah, and then the other power too that they brought out, obviously Chad's power, which I'm going to be curious to see if um as they've alluded to that Ichigo will get his powers back if he does get them back, and if he can still use the Fullbringer power, right? Like if it would be able to be used like a Kaioken, right? Tack that on top of what you have and like double your power. Because I doubt that he's gonna go Vizard again, right? Like I said, OP character learns new abilities that he'll never use again. I don't think that he'll ever tap back into that ability.
Well, I don't blame him after going fucking Vasto Lorde Ichigo, dude. And fucking turning into a literal demon.
Dude, that was so sick though.
Oh yeah, no, it was badass.
Um but then yeah, no, so but the Fullbringer power seems really OP. I'm glad that they're kind of like nixing that one real quick and only leaving it to just, only a couple people left in the world that really know how to use it, but might not even use it like that. Like Chad will use it in situations, but he's very selective. And then the enemies, right? Like they had some really good enemies. Obviously, you can remember quite a few of the Soul Reapers, the Shinigamis, but like first off, let's talk about this fucking bitch Sosuke Aizen.
Yeah, let's talk about him.
Cold, dude.
I know I talked about this to you the other night, and I wasn't sure if you'd seen this or not yet, but we just have to talk about it for a second. And that's the fact that Sasuke Aizen is owner of one of the most disrespectful acts in anime history. And I know Dan loves to talk about it, so I'm gonna let him ask the question if you've seen this or not.
I mean, it is one of the most like disrespectful moments in anime. It's at the end of the Rukia retrieval arc or whatever they call it. After Aizen is officially the bad guy, and Ichigo goes to attack him, and Aizen with one finger stops his Bankai. And that's not even the best part. The fact is the music, like Ichigo's like theme song is going on in the background with like the fucking soul singers and all that kind of shit. and he stops his blade, the music dies, and then they never play that music again in the entire show.
That's what I was talking about the other day. Did you notice that? He killed his theme song.
He fucking killed the theme song, dude.
That fuck, you know what? I'm changing in the notes now. Rat bitch.
Dude,
That fucking rat bitch.
Aizen is probably my favorite, one of my favorite, if not my favorite, antagonist in all of anime. I mean, like, dude worked in the shadows for 300 fucking years on this master plan.
It was the perfect turn too. Like, I watching it, they set up Geen, right? Who's a fake bitch, by the way. They set him up to literally be the bad guy right from the beginning in the Soul Society arc. And the moment that like you see Sasuke Aizen, you're like, okay, you know, he's the good guy. And then that shit happens and it doesn't end right away. Like, to set up a big bad that early, be that powerful, and then him just literally walk away as though it's nothing because he got the one thing that he wanted. Cold.
Dude, so
fucking
cold.
cold.
So fucking cold.
And then just the fact that he was a constant presence too, right? He never interacted until the very end when he needed to, but he was always there. You were always seeing him, you're always hearing about him. His presence was always there. So I say honestly 10 out of 10 for Aizen. Like, fantastic villain, great plot twist, perfect execution, just stone cold fucking voice acting.
And also the thing is Aizen like caused this much mayhem and all that stuff with just his Shikai, bro. Like, he didn't have a Bankai, just his Shikai. So imagine if this man pulled out a Bankai, how much could Ichigo have stopped him? And that's the thing, like, that's the reason why he didn't have one, I think, is because he would have been like a Madara, right? Like, he would have been unstoppable. So
I don't know. I think he tried to go full Madara, and then like Ichigo just went Sage of Six Paths, right? And
Yeah.
when he did that, like Kurama got taken from him, but he didn't die.
All right. I
I don't
think
want to think
like
about it either.
the best like analogy for Aizen is it's the classic Greek mythology of you flew too close to the sun. That's all it is. You know, that's the
Yeah.
exact story. Guy tried to become God. Flew close to the sun, and
clearly, yeah.
Look what happened.
he's back though. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's
No.
back.
I figured, right? They didn't kill him. They just locked him up. So Geen though, right? Geen.
Now, that dude's the Orochimaru looking dude, right?
Yeah, the one
Yeah.
who's in love with my girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rangiku.
He was a very interesting character because they did the villain execution so well. Again, like, same thing with Aizen. I did not expect it when he touched the blade and then he pierced Aizen. I never saw that. That came out of nowhere. And my God, was it so well done. But at the same time, so I call him a fake bitch. He did everything on his own, right? He didn't let anyone know, except I think he let what's the chick's name again?
Rangiku.
Yeah, I think he let Rangiku know just before he went to go do it. But like, nobody knew your plan, and here you are, like, carrying this burden all on your own. Yet you're not even the main fucking character. What are
You're
you
not even the
doing?
main bad guy.
Yeah. So he was a bitch, but he was a fake bitch, right? Like there was a slight redemption at the end. And then obviously, like, with Grimjow, like, he was just absolutely insane. Literally insane. Would not listen to Aizen, fought against him. just really wanted to kill Ichigo. I really wish that they would bring him back. He was such a good villain that like they could have ultimately tried to do like the Vegeta thing, not where he would become an ally, but maybe even just like, you know, he lives in the Car world, and when something happens, he ends up being there. He antagonizes Ichigo, but ultimately they have one common enemy that's
Basically,
like threatening
Kenpachi.
them. I guess, yeah.
'Cause, I mean,
Like
that's what
that.
Kenpachi does, right? Basically.
Yes, but Ichigo would want to fight Grimmjow more than he wants to fight Kenpachi.
I
Again,
don't want to fight Kenpachi.
exactly my point. um,
What'd you think about like Kenpachi like nerfing himself? I always thought that was really cool.
what do you mean nerfing himself? Oh, with the eye patch?
Well, the eye patch, like
Yeah,
he
locking
literally
away half of
doesn't.
his ratio or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
the eye
dude.
patch, the bells on his hair, the fact that he doesn't want to progress his sword, like he's just fighting with raw, power, like
I,
everything, like he's just nerfing himself into the ground.
I mean, it's still not enough, dude. It's still not enough. Just get rid of your sword at this point. Don't do that. Actually,
Don't give me my deals, bro.
give yourself a wooden sword. Okay,
Okay.
No,
a
no.
dull. Give yourself a dull
It
stick.
it
Okay,
already is
Kentucky.
dull. Yeah, Kentucky.
A boy.
But
Um,
yeah, you're
one
gonna
last
love
villain.
1,000 Year Blood War, bro. You're gonna love it so much.
Like I said, I'm gonna give it a week before I actually start it. All right, I need to give
Go,
my eyes a break.
go
You
finish
got a
Gurren
month,
Lagann.
so yeah, go
Oh,
um,
with
he's gonna watch Thousand Year Blood War in like a week, dude. Like it's
yeah,
so good.
it.
it takes me no time at all, dude. I literally sit here and I binge watch unless I'm talking to you guys.
I think it's like 40, 50 episodes. But the thing is, 1,000 Year Blood War isn't dubbed. I don't think. I think it's only subbed.
Oh, they have a dub.
They have it dubbed already.
Yeah,
Okay.
Last character though, Ulquiorra, right?
my boy.
He a real one,
He a real one.
like legit. He was the only one out of all the Urankars that actually had a Bankai. I'll call it that, right? Because all the rest of them, it was basically a Shikai. They were able to transform. That was it. But Ulquiorra had that second transformation when he went above the was it above the tapestry,
Yeah.
and then
Of
he unleashed
the
his power, and then he did it again. Oh God.
old. Yeah, you gotta go watch it reanimated in the Hellverse movie. You don't have to watch the Hellverse movie. I don't think I've actually watched the movie. Just go watch like the 10-minute video on YouTube. Trust. I think I made Tyler
Yeah.
watch it.
No, I imagine it's going to be phenomenal. Like, do they show the actual Hollow part two?
I it's just the last fight.
Okay. So yeah, that would actually include that because right afterwards is when
Oh,
he snaps back.
you're talking
Ulquiorra,
Vasco Lorde Ichigo?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's in there. That's the whole it's literally just
the
that
whole
part of it.
fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just
Oh
that part
God,
of
I
it.
can't wait. I can't fucking wait. Oh my God, it's gonna be so good. Honestly though, like even with the animation being as old as it was, it still held up. Honestly, like great job to the studio for doing the animation and whatnot. Great job to Kubo for the story. This just makes me even more excited for if he does come back to Burn the Witch. That was that one that we watched. I don't know if you watched it, Dan.
I haven't watched it yet.
I was gonna say Dan really needs to watch it. Cause
It's
if you,
four
you know,
episodes. It's 4 episodes. Watch the last one first.
Well, that doesn't make much sense.
well, it's
It
a
doesn't,
prequel.
but it's a prequel.
For some
So
reason,
Oh.
they put the prequel last. They done the prequel like 2 years after the last episode. So
Oh, that's
I don't know
weird.
why.
it was
But
a one shot story, right? And the one shot is basically the prequel. So the animation was just like a continuation of like a small story from that world, right? So when I watched it, I watched 1 through 4, and I was really confused at first until I got to episode 4, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. And then I was playing Connect the Dots.
And
And
now you're watching Bleach. You watched Burn the Witch first and then watch Bleach. Now you get why I was talking about like Kubo's character designs. Like he does such a great
yes.
job. You can literally tell which characters Kubo has a hand in because they look so cool. They look so awesome. So
Oh, dude,
and
homie loves high fashion. He's like, fuck, what's his name? The creator of JoJo's. It's the same thing. Like the
yeah.
character designs are so clean.
And that's another thing about Bleach. Bleach and like stuff that Kubo does is that he literally tries to make like he draws them like wearing fun clothes and shit too. Like in Thousand Year Blood War, like the endings that the ending themes, he literally has them like doing cool shit, like in like cool clothes.
Yeah, like
Like
playing basketball.
yeah, it's so fun. Like Kubo, we can trust Kubo to give us shit like that, you know? So,
Awesome.
No, and yeah, no, I'm really excited to get through Thousand Year Blood War and get to the rundown episodes on
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
that one. I
'Cause we're definitely
will.
covering that in October because we have covered Thousand Year Blood War every time it came out so far. So,
Yep. And if you guys want to hear about any of the other shows that I've been watching, just tune in on Tuesdays. Check out our podcast. That's the shows that I've been watching, guys. I literally, it's just been Bleach. I'm only gonna have the one show, so I'm gonna turn it over to Tyler for his second show.
okay. And is it my turn then?
Yeah, you can go. I can go. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Do a
So,
little snake draft. I can go next if you want.
uh, I'll go ahead and get mine out of the way. It's gonna be quick anyways. And that's Uma Musume, Pretty Derby. And I'm not sure if
Shut
y'all
up.
I think Dad has heard
Is
of
this the
this
horse
one.
girl show?
The
Why
horse
are you
court.
watching this?
Listen, bro.
You're a grown ass man. What are you
Listen,
doing?
bro.
Look,
You know,
all I gotta say is I look at this genre, right? Do you see what this says right here, Dan?
It's not racing. It's
it is racing.
cute
It's
horse girls, little girls with horse ears and tails running down a track.
listen.
It's basically
The-
My Dear Friend Nokotan, but horses, right?
No,
No.
this is not a gag comedy. This is actual racing show.
It's little horse girls. It is a gag comedy.
Listen,
If you want
listen,
racing, watch Initial D.
Yeah, there you go.
bro. This show, like I started watching it, right? I've been wanting to for a minute, just because I found it kind of interesting or
How does
whatever.
this have a 7.3?
Eh, bro, it's cute girls kind of shit, bro. But like the thing about this is it's okay, right? Like it's not the best. Um I think I would probably give it around a 7. Like I think I got like two more episodes to go. And the reason why I would give it a 7 is because the slice of life like stuff that's going on in it, like just the cute like horse girls doing cute horse girl things or whatever, like that's fun. But like the
Dude,
racing, like this is all about like racing, right? And like the races are not good.
no shit.
Like they literally so they run in a pack, right? Until like the last lap or whatever. And then it's literally almost the same thing every time. It's like now we go really, really fast, and go up a hill and either win or, you know, tie or lose just barely. But I will say this has one of the best opening lines that I've heard. And it comes up the first episode, you start watching it, and it literally says horse girls were born to run. And I'm like, bro, this is peak.
Garbage. Big garbage.
This is peak.
Look,
And
look.
I've heard
If
that
it
the
helps,
first season is like the worst, so I'm definitely gonna keep on watching just to see if it gets better.
Thank
you hear
God.
the first season is the worst because nobody's ever made it past it to see anything else.
Actually, this is a really popular show, Nam. I just want to let y'all know this is really, really popular.
Okay.
I
I'm
can
gonna
tell.
say,
there's a mobile app for it that you can download, Tyler.
Oh my god,
It
it's
probably is.
fucking oh god, what was that show we watched that was just an ad for a mobile app?
Oh, freaking the idol shit, bro.
Yeah, it was like an idle fucking
Alice Gear's
garbage.
Aegis.
Yeah, this is
Oh
that.
God.
No, this is worse, bro. Like they make
He said
a
it's
lot.
worse.
No, not worse as in like worse worse to watch. I'm talking about worse as in they're trying to sell stuff or whatever, because I think that they are, right? Like they make a shit ton of money on like their stuff. So like they sell, like I'm telling you, bro, this shit is popular. Musume is popular as hell. Especially in like Japan.
I'm sure it's
Japan
very
is
popular with young
crazy.
girls.
Yeah,
Ye-
Japan is crazy, bro. I think I even seen that we was gonna get a new Uma Musume expansion, like another season or like another movie or something. So uh,
You
uh
can get Party Dash races on Steam this year.
bro, listen,
Oh boy.
I wouldn't recommend this to like a lot of people. Like I would only recommend this to like certain people that enjoyed like slice of life type stuff maybe, and just like uh interesting cute girl shows, because this is interesting, right? um like, but the whole like racing aspect and uh like it wasn't there, and like I said, I heard that it got better. So um
Good luck.
but that's all I got for that one. Like I said, it was gonna be short. uh And another thing that pissed me off about Uma Musume was like halfway through the season, like episodes 5, 6, and maybe 7 or something like that. Literally, like the audio quality went to shit. I don't know what they did, but they
Ran
it
out of
went from
money.
having decent good. No, it
People
went
weren't
back to
paying enough in microtransactions.
maybe, I don't know, but like episode 5, 6, and 7, like it literally. So I was watching it on my TV, and I got a sound bar, and like it sounded like tinny, and like echoey or something like that. And I I literally stopped what I was doing, and I thought something was wrong with my sound bar. That's how bad it was. And
Oh
like I
no.
spent 30 minutes trying to figure out if my sound bar was going to shit, even though I just bought it like 3 weeks ago. I'm like, bro, this $150 sound bar is already tore up. And I finally figured out that it was actually just a show. Even though like the first 4 to 5 episodes was good, and then it just like became bad for like 2 episodes, and then it was okay again. And I'm just like, what did they do? Did they upload the wrong did they upload it in like -2 quality
They
or
pulled a Tower of
something?
God, put
Yeah,
the
I
wrong
mean,
episode up.
Oh god.
I don't know, bro.
Fucking what a dumpster fire the second season is, and that's unrelated.
Bro, it looks like shit too. Tower
It's
of
so
God season 2, like the animation, like it just keeps getting worse and worse. And we haven't really talked about that on the rundown, but I mean, I feel like it's very obvious.
if we weren't watching another rundown, I would not be watching it anymore.
I mean, it's starting to pick up like story wise, but damn, the animation just sucks, bro.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'll give it to you, Dan, for your
Cool.
next show. I'm done talking about horse girls. So,
Thank God.
Thank
Horse
God.
girls are scary. I dated a
not
horse girl
these
once and she
ones.
was fucking nuts. So sidebar.
What'd you say? You dated what?
A horse girl. Like a
I
girl who
think.
rode horses.
Oh, okay,
They're
okay.
fucking
Yeah,
nuts.
I got you.
Crazy.
Tyler over
They
here is
are.
like imagining an actual horse girl, thinking that his anime waifu dream is
Um,
gonna come to life.
One thing I
um
did like about horse girls though is their names. They had some crazy ass names,
what
like
Pony
special.
Chan?
No, it's like Special Week, Silent Suzuka, Gold Ship. Like it just had some
Oh, they're
crazy.
named like
Hey,
actual
hey,
horse names.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the cool thing is about Uma Musume is that all the races are based off of real life races.
Oh, that's
So like
cool.
if you want to know like the winners of these races, like you just look back at the history
Just
and
gotta go
like
see where Seabiscuit was.
Yeah, like literally, like it's made after like real live races.
Okay,
So
so I have one question about this show. Is there a lot of gambling on the horse races? Because if it's not, it's very unrealistic. Because the only reason the ponies still run is because they make a lot of money on the house.
I mean, there's some like characters, there's some horse girls in there that like only do it for the money or whatever.
No,
But I
no, no,
don't
no, no,
really
no. I
think that
mean,
they
they
I
don't
don't
talk
really
about
think
the
that they
crowd.
portray gambling
They're
so
not
much.
talking about
But
the crowd. The real winners of horse racing.
yeah, I don't really think that they like showed that a whole lot. I don't think. Like I would assume it's there. They show like the crowd and all that stuff, and like after the horse girls win a race, the top three, I think, or the top one, I'm not sure. They actually have to do an idol performance too. So
Fuck you.
okay, I'm done now.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about a show that isn't horse related. So I'm also watching D Gray Man. This is 103 episodes total. I'm like 10 in. Mouse scores an 8.0. It dropped in 2006. The studio is TMS Entertainment, and it's a shonen, but it's a dark shonen. It's pretty fucked up. So I've been enjoying this one. I've been looking for something to itch like that early 2000s shonen itch that I just randomly get, but I'm starting to run out of shows. So I found this one. Quick summary: losing a loved one is so painful that one may sometimes wish to be able to resurrect them. A weakness that the enigmatic Millennium Earl exploits. To make his mechanical weapons known as Akuma, he uses the souls of the dead that are called back. Once a soul is placed in an Akuma, it is trapped forever, and the only way to exorcise them from their vessel is using the anti-Akuma weapon Innocence. I'm watching this
this
dubbed. Oh, go for it.
this kind of sounds like Full Metal Alchemist in a
It's like
way.
Full Metal and JJK had a baby. Um,
Didn't we already learn this lesson, bro?
and this came out around the same time, so
Yeah,
um,
I got you.
but storyline so far has been pretty engaging. It's fucking brutal, dude. I mean, like, some kid's mother dies, and he's like at her fucking grave crying. And this Millennium Earl clown shows up and is like, "Oh, you miss your mommy? Would you want her to come back?" And he's like, "Just yell her name." And I put a picture in the notes. Did you guys ever build like Gundams or Zoids back in the day? Like the model kits?
Um, I never personally built them, but I do know how they come. I see the picture though.
Yeah, it looks like that thing that you pull the pieces out that they used to ship them in. And
Yep.
he literally, like, you call back the soul of your loved one, and it gets trapped in this mechanical skeleton fucking thing, and then turns into a weapon that basically shoots poison bullets that kill people instantly.
Bro.
It's fucking
Nice.
dark, dude.
Are you sure
Like,
this isn't a signing?
it reminds me of a shonen. Um, but yeah, man, fucked up plot. Um, but yeah, if you like Full Metal and JJK, I think this is probably a good one for you. And they do a really good job interjecting comedy. Like, I think the last episode I watched was just a fucking gag episode, but it was really funny.
How's the animation look? I know it's done by TMS, and that's the same people that did My Home Hero, I think. So
Ew.
how's the animation look, bro?
Good. It's your stereotypical, like, it reminds me of like old school Naruto.
Okay, I
The
got you.
Millennium Earl character is a pretty funny looking dude. He looks like something out of a who the fuck's the guy who did like Jack Skellington?
What?
Tim Burton.
Oh,
Tim
okay.
Burton. He literally looks like the fucking mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas. The big ass round dude with an umbrella who floats through the sky and turns people's departed loved ones into fucking weapons.
Yeah. I I've always seen people talk about this, but for some reason I seem to remember most of those people saying that it wasn't good, but like the mouse score being 8. Um
Yeah,
You know,
you just told me that a horse show to sell fucking figurines and shit has a 7 something.
oh,
So
I was
I
gonna
don't
say
trust.
I didn't say it was good, bro. Don't even say that.
Yeah, I don't trust Mal 90% of the time. But it's been fun. It's been scratching that itch, like I could have went back and watched Naruto or Fairy Tale or something like that. But it's fun to get a new story in you.
Also, I was wrong. It's Tezuka Productions that done My Home Hero. Uh, TMS is actually done like Doctor Stone and shit. So
Oh, yeah, good
yeah,
studio then.
yeah. I mean, they do a lot of Undead Unluck. So I mean, it's bound to look good, right? So
Yeah, it's just
um,
dated. I mean, that's all it is. But it's fucking dark. Like I had to turn the brightness up on my phone when I was watching this on a flight.
so yeah, so like, so if you like the darker shonen type shows, then you would probably enjoy this quite a bit. I would say, like maybe like Attack on Titan shit, JJK
Um,
shit,
I
maybe.
wouldn't say Attack on Titan. JJK, yeah. Attack on Titan is much more political world building stuff. Not the same vibe. Not a post. I don't want to say post-apocalyptic, but not like that apocalyptic feel to it.
Kame ga Kill? Question mark.
No,
Okay,
no, I would say Full Metal would be like the closest, but not nearly as good.
I got you.
But the comedy definitely hit in the last episode. Only reason I've only watched 10 episodes of this is because I could not download it in Europe to watch on my 47 other flights I had to take over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, this show definitely looks interesting, especially since it's like a darker style shonen. It's I'm kind of tired of like shonen here lately. You know what I mean? So like, it needs to have some kind of twist or something to it in order for me to like get into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
So
But after I've watched more of it, I will report back. But so far, I've enjoyed it.
okay.
Cool.
Um, I
Uh,
think that's all we got, right?
yeah, I mean, the only other show I've watched recently is Rising Impact, and it's a golf anime on Netflix about children who can drive the ball 440 yards. So that was fun.
Yeah, I think the only other show that I've watched is Sound Euphonium, and that's basically like high school band camp, the anime, right?
Are they playing skin flutes?
No, no, it's not like
Jesus, Dan.
At band camp,
uh
dude. I think of American Pie.
yeah, it's not American Pie, bro. It's literally like band like high school band tournaments or whatever. It's actually pretty good if you like musical stuff. So
Nice.
I gave the first season a 9. So
Hell yeah. Well, cool. That's what we got for today. Appreciate everybody listening. Again, tell your friends, rate the podcast. Find us on everything at linktree.com/animedegens. I don't know if Tyler said this, but the watch parties are now on Friday because football's coming back.
football. Speaking of
Um,
football, we love football.
love football. I got a draft tomorrow for fantasy, so I'm pumped for that. Um,
Mine's this weekend. So
cool. Yeah. Otherwise, stay frosty, my friends, and we'll catch you on Tuesday for the rundown. Peace.
later.